Hello everyone. Have you ever thought you knew everything about the solar system? Today, I'm going to share with you 10 incredibly fascinating facts that might surprise you about our cosmic home. Imagine this. There's a giant planet so light that if you placed it in water, it would float like a boat. Or the tallest mountain in the entire solar system isn't on Earth, but on a distant red planet? And did you know the Sun, our central star, is actually losing weight every second, yet it will live for billions of years more. Not to mention, just a tiny puff of solar wind can be powerful enough to kill you from a distance farther than your daily commute. If you're curious and want to explore these super cool facts about the solar system that you might never have heard before, come along with me on this amazing adventure. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next cosmic secrets. Did you know that the Sun, the central star of our solar system, makes up as much as 99.8% of the total mass of the entire star system? That means all the planets, moons, asteroids, comets, and cosmic dust together account for less than 0.2%. To put it simply, if the total weight of the solar system were a gigantic scale, the Sun would be the extremely heavy weight on one side, while all the planets and other objects are just tiny grains of sand on the other. This is no coincidence, because the Sun's immense mass creates a powerful gravitational force that keeps everything orbiting around it in a perfect cosmic dance. But the Sun is not immortal, nor does it keep a fixed mass. There is a fascinating phenomenon called the solar wind, a stream of extremely small charged particles flying out from the Sun's surface at incredible speeds, causing it to lose about 1 billion kilograms of mass every second. That sounds huge, but compared to the Sun's colossal mass of about 1.99 times 10, 30 kilograms, you can see that the Sun will remain overweight for an extremely long time. This means that although the Sun is slowly losing weight every second, it will continue to shine and live on for a time we can barely imagine, around 5 billion more years. A number that truly makes us feel small and fleeting in this vast universe. And here's something even more astonishing. The Sun could kill you from about 145 kilometers away, almost the same distance as from your home to your workplace. Just a tiny speck of gas, no bigger than a pinhead blasted out from the Sun, contains an enormous amount of energy generated by nuclear fusion inside, enough to destroy all living cells if you dared to stand that close. Fortunately, we are about 150 million kilometers away from the Sun, a perfect distance to receive its light and warmth without being burned alive. But this fact shows us that the Sun is not only the source of life, but also a gigantic, incredibly dangerous monster. Can you believe there is a giant planet so light that if there were a huge ocean big enough, it would float on water like a boat? That planet is Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun, famous for its dazzling rings. Saturn has an average density of only about 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter, much less than water. This means if you place Saturn in a giant imaginary ocean, it would gently float on the water. A giant planet that can actually swim sounds unbelievable, right? But the interesting facts don't stop there. Have you ever heard about Saturn's rings? They stretch out up to 300 kilometers wide. But can you believe the thickness of these rings is only about 10 meters? To compare, that's almost like a thin sheet of paper spread across vast space. These rings are made up of billions of icy particles of all sizes, from tiny grains like sand to massive ice chunks as big as houses. It's hard to imagine such a fragile, yet enormous structure existing so stably in the endless void of space. But that is the magical power of gravity and balance in the universe. Now, let's move on to a gigantic storm unlike anything you've ever seen on Earth, Jupiter's Great Red Spot. This storm is enormous, about 24, 0 to 40, 0 kilometers long, and 12, 0 to 14, 0 kilometers wide. That means it could swallow 2 or 3 Earth-sized planets whole. You can even observe the Great Red Spot through an amateur telescope if you know how. And there's another unique planet, Uranus. Unlike all the other planets, Uranus's rotation axis is almost horizontal compared to the plane of its orbit. That means Uranus rolls along its orbit like a rolling ball rather than spinning upright like the others. This creates extremely unusual seasons and makes Uranus the only planet in the solar system named after a Greek god rather than a Roman one like the other planets. Don't you find these planets strange and fascinating? I have many more exciting facts to share in the next part, so don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out. Did you know that the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury, is not the hottest planet in the solar system? Surprising, right? Venus is actually the temperature king, with a surface so hot it can melt lead. The average daytime temperature on Venus can reach up to 462 degrees Celsius, much hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is much closer to the Sun, which only hits a maximum of about 427 degrees Celsius. This is all thanks to the extremely strong greenhouse effect caused by Venus's thick atmosphere, filled with carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. Just for fun, if you wanted to fry an egg the fastest in the solar system, Venus would be the perfect place. But of course, life simply cannot survive under this furnace of heat. Next, let's talk about the tallest mountain in the solar system, Olympus Mons on Mars. Although Mars is only the second smallest rocky planet in the solar system, Olympus Mons towers nearly 22 kilometers high, much taller than Everest on Earth, which is about 8.8 kilometers. This mountain's base is so huge that it stretches more than 550 kilometers, roughly the distance from the center of a major city to its farthest suburbs. When standing at one side of the mountain's base, you can't see the other side because it's hidden below Mars's horizon. Finally, here's an impressive story about size and distance in the solar system. Imagine this. If you drove at 100 kilometers per hour without stopping, it would take almost an hour to leave Earth's atmosphere, nearly 6 months to reach the moon, and about 180 years to get to the sun. Even more astonishing, it would take nearly 757 years to reach Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, at that speed. Neptune would take over 50 years. And to reach the edge of the Oort cloud, which holds the farthest objects in the solar system, would take over 10 million years. And if you wanted to fly to the nearest star beyond our solar system, it would take about 50 million years at this speed. Hard to believe, isn't it? How do you feel about these mind-blowing numbers? That feeling of smallness before the vast universe overwhelms us, yet makes us eager to explore even more, right? Don't forget to hit like and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. So, together we've just explored 10 incredibly fascinating facts about the solar system, from the overwhelming power of the Sun, the swimming planet Saturn, to the mind-blowing numbers about temperature, towering mountains, and vast distances in the immense universe. I hope these facts have made you feel both amazed and more appreciative of our cosmic home. The universe is so vast, and we have only just touched a tiny part of its mysteries. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming scientific explorations. And I'd love to know which fact impressed you the most. Please share your thoughts in the comments below so we can chat. Thank you for joining me on this amazing adventure. See you in the next video.